Hi, good to see you, Dick.
How you doing? It's good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having us. I got Dick Friesen here with Pillar, and they make air seeders that go all over the world. He's going to give us a tour, show us what they do, what their capabilities are, and some of the unique features of their air seeder.
I've been looking forward to meeting you and glad you took the time to stop in. Just a slight detour from your route. So
Yeah.
much appreciated.
Yeah, speaking of that, where are we at?
We're in Warman, Saskatchewan. So kind of right in the hub of Saskatchewan, so to speak, I guess.
Yep. And it's right next to Saskatoon,
Yes.
north of Regina. Should we go see what you got out there?
Let's go check it out.
So this is where it all began, right here, when Pillar first started. What year was that?
It would have been 2005. So yeah, this would have been my first office,
Okay.
which I shared with partner Bill. And eventually we had actually 3 guys in this little office. It was time to do some expanding. So that's when the new building happened. That happened in about 2012, I believe. I started originally building weld fixtures for Morse Industries, actually.
Okay.
And
Another air seeder manufacturer.
always had a good working relationship with those guys. And we kind of had both shops for a while. Bill, one of the other partners, owned the property that we're at here now. We added a new part of the shop to add the laser in at the time.
Okay. This would have been like your manufacturing area?
Yeah, so when we originally started, we were...
Now, I just love the word picture of this. When I see this, it's like, this is the past. This is top secret, but yet it's opening doors. This is like new things. New things have happened, new expansions. We've got quite a different place than it used to be back in 2006 to 2012.
We bought the laser to finance the R&D for the opener, one opener, which over all the years has probably been the most challenging R&D project we've ever done. The original business plan was to buy more lasers and do that aspect of the industry.
Okay.
That part of the industry changed and the opener was going well. So we just kind of fast-tracked into the manufacturing. It's a little bit quicker than we had originally anticipated we would.
Okay.
Flexo used to build the Barton opener, and when they discontinued it, C&H discontinued it, he called me up and asked me if I'd be interested in developing a single disc double chute opener. And so Hugh actually got me going, and so we'd go back and forth out to his farm. He's just half an hour out from where we are now. And we built one row unit and played with it and played with it and played with it until we got it figured out.
How long did that take?
A couple of years.
Couple of years. That's usually how it goes, right?
It was good.
We think we got her down, and then the marketplace tells us we didn't.
We're still changing things and improving things all the time. We started in here, and when we were just building row units and retrofitting them, it worked fine. But as you can see in here, we don't have room to build a drill in here.
No.
As a matter of fact, we actually did. We built the first 40-foot in here.
You'd have to go sideways now.
We'd have to put it together outside.
Oh, okay.
The last little bit. But then we went to the 60-footer. Well, it got assembled in April outside in the snow. And okay, boys, it's time to build a shop.
Motivating. So your units have subframes, kind of like, I guess the drills that I'm used to have rock shafts.
Right.
Is this basically a different version of what I'm used to, a rock shaft?
I guess. We use frame height and the Packer wheel for depth adjustment. So we'll run a set frame height, and you'll see the letters on the Packer wheels for those two things are used for doing depth control. Using the subframes, we can tweak our depth control plus or minus probably 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch on each setting.
You don't have to change every opener.
No.
Okay. That's nice.
We do some pre-assemblies, like obviously this is pre-assembled. So we'll pre-assemble these. So when it comes to the assembly station, makes this assembly go a lot quicker, more efficient. And that's where we do the carbiding over there. If he's got to spare a couple days.
Yep.
Students, we do.
Yep.
At times.
If you have capacity, you're over here building.
Yeah, and then because that's one of the things, like some of the guys have, teenage or older kids, summer break, hire summer students sometimes. And one of the great things for them to do is just a simple assemblies and get some dirty hands and a little bit of money in their pockets and
That is a great way to start.
A laser area.
Okay. Looks like you can load sheets, multiple sheets in here.
Got a load unload system on it. So it loads there, obviously the laser here, and then unloads on that table over there. And so most of the stuff, if it needs bending, it's the brake press is right over here. So that part of manufacturing, all the flat sheet stuff is done in this area. Our machining area, so mostly being used by the R&D guys. So yeah, the lathe and the mill, and well, the little press is in here. So a lot of the little parts get made over here, and a lot of the R&D stuff.
Without R&D, you're probably not going to be a viable company long term. You got to keep developing and improving.
It's a never-ending thing. You get through halfway through one project, and there's a better idea.
Yeah. And this looks like something you take to a farm show. They did ask me at the border if I was going to bring anything back. I said no, but if you said, here, take this, I might have to take it back with me and have it on display.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to bail you out or not.
That's a nice looking roll. Oh, wow. Now this is opening up. What do we got here?
So this is the new shop that we built in 2012. So yeah, obviously this is the raw material corner. The everything comes in through the wall, through the saws. That prep work gets done over here. We keep some of the more expensive material inside, the rest of it's stored outside.
Okay, so you're loading the bars or the saw stuff outside and then coming through the door into the saw. Okay.
Yeah.
That saves a lot of interior space
from
being
material to store. So.
Yeah, especially the tubes you guys use.
We use a lot of big stuff.
Yeah. So we are after hours. Otherwise, we'd probably see that hatch opening up.
Probably would.
And then the material sliding right in here. And these saws humming. That would be neat to see.
Yeah, so here's a 6010 in, it's probably 90% assembled now. 60 feet, 10-inch spacing with the standard Mark III opener, single disc double chute opener. I believe this one's off to Alberta here in a couple weeks.
Where do these drills typically ship? Where have you shipped to, and where do they typically go?
Alberta, Saskatchewan is probably the bigger two markets. Manitoba is coming along. I've been making some progress in the U.S. A lot of interest over there the last few years. Quite a few in Australia. That's usually the summertime is filling up some containers for those guys. So we've done all right over there. Like all markets, they ebb and flow a little bit.
Yeah.
But
and now, what kind of a farmer, grower, producer is buying a drill like this? What types of crops are they growing? Like, what are their farming practices?
So it's a primary no-till drill. We're in the dry lands. Normally it's dry. And so we're preserving moisture as much as possible. So a lot of the guys that are looking at the pillars right now, they've been in dry years, and so they want to go into a stripper header during harvest. Well, they got to be able to seed it. The pillar is built for that. But so yeah, the typical guys, serious no-tillers, they're not using any sort of tillage. There's years where they may use a harrow a little bit, but 95% of the time, they don't do anything. They combine, and then they get their seeder ready for next spring, and they just go.
And a lot of these disc drills have an issue with hairpinning, something that we use as a term to describe the trash not getting cut but pushed down in the furrow, and then the seeds go on top of it. They don't get that seed to soil contact. What does the pillar do to remedy that?
So it was one of the first things we noticed when we were trying to develop this double chute on the single disc, is we put a wing on a scraper, and it was, wow, is that ever a nice seed bed? You don't have the smearing. It got rid of the hairpinning. Like, it was impressive. It was quite another journey to get the seed delivered as well as we're delivering it onto the seed bed now. So from a regular disc drill, you're just making one sharp furrow, but you're only cutting at seeding depth. So that's where some of the hairpinning comes from. On the pillar, the disc is actually putting the fertilizer down 1.5 inches below the seed. So first of all, you give your disc a chance to cut. And so the compound angle gives it a better chance than just the one opening angle. But then when you throw the double chute, the wing in there, the straw just simply can't make that kind of a bend in the ground. So you end up through heavy residue, having this really nice clean seed bed that is just cutting an envelope into the sidewall and placing the seed in and just closing it right back up.
Oh, very nice. And I'd imagine that wing is in a way lifting up that furrow or that sidewall, the ground above it a little bit, and then that ground is coming back down over the seed. Is that right?
Yes.
And so your packer tire doesn't have to work so hard to try to shove dirt sideways as much as just pack it down again?
The seed bed has always been the easier part. The disc is actually the harder part to close versus the seed bed. And that's why we have a couple of different packer wheels, and the newer one, the RS wheel, has the sharp V, and that's precisely what it's for, is to seal off the disc side.
Mm-hmm.
And plus it's narrowed down a little bit. The one on this drill that you're seeing here is the DH, which is a double shoulder. So it was kind of mimicked. Corn planters use two wheels. We just combine the two into one, and that's why you see the divot in the middle. It presses on each side and gives you that zipper effect. Every seeder we've ever built, every pillar drill is still out there seeding. So, and that includes the two prototypes. So
wow. And you're up to not just a few out there. There's hundreds. There's at least 100 and...
we can look at the serial number. I think we're around that 140, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Very good.
And then the retrofits that we did earlier, and I don't know for sure how many of them there would be, 20 or 30. So
okay.
I guess we're pushing close to 200 pillar drills out there.
Yeah.
One way, shape, or form. So
there's the legacy there.
Yeah.
Now this frame looks really neat. Just walking up to it, I see some nice, I like the texture of the tires. I know that's mostly a looks thing, but you've also got some unique things here. I see a walking beam. What does that do?
A disc drill needs some mass to put it in the ground. It's the nature of the beast. We don't hang weights on our drills. We figured we would put the steel into structure. If I didn't have that, transporting this drill is 46,000 pounds if it's optioned out. I need even distribution on all my wheels, and the walking beam does exactly that. Even when you're cutting your approach a little bit too sharp, and if it's just a slab solid frame, it's putting incredible amounts of stresses through there. This is not.
And I see that our towers are down low next to the rows on the...
Yeah, that's one of the comments we get a lot, is how you can just walk right up to every one of the manifolds. You're not climbing on the drill for any of them, and they are literally waist height.
Hold the phone. This is like nothing else I've been around that I can remember. Okay, so I'm used to working on a lot of machines, mostly the green stuff, some red and other colors. But this is a dream. Besides some hoses coming up here, look how easy this is to get into, to look, to adjust something. If you had to do maintenance, which we do a lot of maintenance on equipment, call us if you need something. But even going up to here, it looks like a guy could come through here, get to that where you come from the front. Yeah. And the front rank's always the challenging one, right? You got to have structure over it. But I'm guessing if you lift this up all the way, is it?
Yeah, so it's sitting on the floor right now, so it's not up yet. So this frame lifts up to within 3 inches of there.
Okay. So this would lift up. There'd be even more access underneath.
The serviceability of the pillar is due to the fact that I wrapped my knuckles an awful lot over the years working on different disc drills. So one of the things we wanted was accessibility.
Well, I know a lot of people are interested just when you say that. It's a factor when you're going. And depth control, features of the row unit, we talked a little bit about them back there, but changing depth, you said the depth can be changed just by your frame stops here.
So on each one of these, if I want to go a 1/4 inch deeper, I'm doing that so there's 2 cylinders per section. So there's 5 sections, so 10 shims, and you've dropped it a 1/4 inch thickness of the shim.
Now check out these stainless towers and the blockage system. We've got, obviously, an Intelligent Ag Recon blockage system that comes from the factory, installed from the factory. Yep. And then you didn't mess around with steel parts for your distribution. You went right to stainless. That's great.
Yeah, we love stainless.
You know the bummer about this whole situation is? I'm going to have less work to do after this thing's 5 to 10 years old.
We just got to sell more new ones.
So if you're getting a drill like this, you're going to have probably less maintenance over time because of the things they're putting on from the factory. This wheel isn't the gauge wheel.
It's not a gauge.
That's what I think most people out there would walk up to this machine and go, oh, they've got a gauge wheel right there like everyone else, but that's not the gauge wheel.
It's not the gauge wheel. It's one of the jobs is to peel the dirt off the disc, clean the disc, and lay it back down so that it's there for the packer wheel, so it doesn't throw it away. On this drill, you'll leave the wing circuits engaged, and there's a PRV, pressure relieving valve. So you'll run this gauge on the 60 foot, it'd be at 500 PSI, which keeps these inner wing cylinders pressurized, taking the extra weight from the center and transferring it out to the wing so you can balance that weight across the drill.
How narrow does this transport?
The widest point would be the upper wheels, which would be 24 feet. So down in the bottom by the discs, we're about 20 feet from disc to disc.
Okay.
The 40s transport narrower because the wings come in further. So then they're like 19 and a half feet.
Big tires for flotation.
Yeah, that's a new feature. We were running duals across the center and the wings. Plenty of flotation on the duals. The big wheels probably perform a little bit better in muddy conditions.
And big wheels look cooler.
They are.
If looks can sell, you'd want them. What do we have here?
So there's the new R&D project. This is the MS 800. So this is 800 bushel tow between. 4 tanks, load cells, conveyor. This platform is designed that you can open the sides and put up pallets of seed up on top of there.
So this thing is latest and greatest for Pillar. Pillar is now offering a cart, so full package.
Yeah.
And not only any cart, we've got some interesting features on this cart, namely stainless steel. So you're not going to have any corrosion over the life of this thing. I guess maybe on the frame you could have a couple bubbles or something, but on the parts that matter the most for where products flowing through and that often corrode, ask me, I know, they're not going to have that issue, which means, again, I'm not going to be able to sell parts for this thing. So this isn't helping my business too much. But you know what? I'm always for the farmer. The farmer doesn't need to spend more money over the life of this thing than he has to, and that's good. And then even the conveyor. Look at that monster conveyor. That's all stainless. That's nice. What other features do we have that are unique to this, Dick?
One of the things that the goals that we had, why we call it the modular system, is we want to meet the farmer's needs. You come to me, you want 3 tanks, I'll give you 3 tanks. We're going to have a variety of tank sizes. So this is the 800 bushel tow between, which starts with a 350 in the back. We will be offering a 500 for the back. And then this next one is 260 and a 125. And I believe there's a 170 as well. And then the small seeds tank is 60 bushels or 62. We'll go up to, I believe it's close to 1,000 bushels on the tow between. We've had a lot of comments about our big platform and the ability to put a couple of pallets or mini bulks up there if you want. And the tow behind will have the same thing. It will also have a platform where you can put pallets, a pallet of seed up there.
No more heaving bags up the ladder?
No heaving bags up the ladder. Comes with mag wheels.
Yes. We've got a little dress up here in the wheels, which I like. How big of a tow between or tow behind would you think you'd be willing to do?
We're over designed on the frame. As far as I know, the biggest ones out there right now are in that 1,500 bushel range, and there would be nothing stopping us from doing that. Structurally, it's built cord. Very easily, that 1,300 is very, very doable. They will be coming equipped with brakes.
Yeah, needed.
Yes.
When you get huge, you got to have some help in stopping. Now, you've got all your tanks mounted individually, right? Independently.
Yes.
And that's for a reason.
For the load cells. So each tank has load cells on it. And so the load cells gives you that, you obviously know what you have in every tank. You can see all the time. you can see exactly what's going on. You can see how much seed has been metered out, and you know how many acres you've covered. You know, it's not a guess and hoping that at the end that you had your calculations right.
When it's too late.
Yeah.
I got to redo it or wish you didn't spend so much money on product. I think of it as this. It's like you need many things to make sure your quality of seeding is there and you're getting what you want. It's the blockage system is number one to make sure you're getting product to the rows. But then you also want to make sure that you don't have variability. Your rates are fine. You want to make sure your rates are good. And so the scales are going to help you with that, making sure the right amount of product is metering through. There's also an issue that can happen with moisture in the air. And so sometimes guys need to put on the blockage prevention systems, which are basically air dryers. And so that's important too. And that's something we can add to any cart. And I'm sure you've had some guys add to the carts that you guys have done.
Yeah, we have lots of, like, till now we've always been coupling to whatever kind of cart they have, or but it's always been a bit of a challenge for us. It's going to be a lot nicer when you're dealing with your own stuff.
Yep. Sturdy.
We'll check out the big platform?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, wow. I think we could do a little dance up here.
Well, we were thinking about lawn furniture.
Yeah.
But producers don't think they're going to be sitting up here for a pop while they're seating.
No, and then your chairs are full of dust. You'd have to do covers. My wife would want to have seat covers on everything. And, you know, by then you probably should just do that on your patio at home. You got good lighting here. That's a nice LED light here.
Yeah. Yeah, all LED lighting, and there's lighting in all the tanks. A bunch of lights across the back.
Okay. But the magnet does allow you to rotate them, move them different angles.
Yeah, especially when you get underneath the cart. You can move them wherever you want them.
Okay.
And it works great. We did it initially because we didn't know where to put them, and we liked it so much it's just gonna stay.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. So you just lock it and.
Oh, nice.
Simple but effective.
Yeah. Heavy stainless flange here. Stainless ladder. I don't see any steel in here. You know what I also like about this is your ladder rungs are fairly thick, and they don't have the little teeth on them. If you go down in your bare feet, that can be pretty hard on them.
Are you going down there barefoot?
Well, just in case you do.
Oh, that's because you had your beach attire down there for the deck.
Yeah, you got to remember Mike Mitchell. He's up in this country, isn't he?
Well, he's still a ways away.
He takes his shoes off and he doesn't wear his shoes in the cap. So hey, if you get the guys that are doing that, Mike Mitchell, if I can come visit you sometime, just let me know. Hit me up. But that's pretty cool. It's nice to be known for something. Are these steel too, or are these zinc plated steel? These are stainless steel. Wow, I don't know that I've seen these in stainless. That's probably a special order thing.
Is it more money? Yeah, probably. Is it going to corrode? No.
Never. Another benefit of stainless, which is often overlooked and not known until you have this problem, is with the poly tanks, the plastic, when the temperature changes, the condensation forms inside the tank, and you can actually have moisture, it seems like coming out of thin air, dripping on your product. So if you leave fertilizer in there, if you leave seed in there, it's been a problem for a lot of guys. There's guys that say they can't leave the product in overnight. And now stainless has less of that issue for whatever reason. I'm sure someone can tell me in the comments here. There's less of effect of that on the stainless. It's like it doesn't want to collect or condense inside the tank like that. I know of guys that had the old Fargo Air Amity carts that are stainless, and they would store their fertilizer in their carts.
Oh, really?
Yep, and they would never have an issue. Dick, what are these things?
I've had these things for 25 years.
What?
You're an American. These things come from the U.S. Huh. You're out traveling in the middle of Kansas, a little town called Beloit. As a kid, I remember reading this story about these stone fence posts. And I'm driving through the countryside, and there they are. It's like, wow, that is cool. And I don't remember things, but I remember that. And I just thought they were super cool, and then that's where the name came from. There's pillars standing in their own. They stood the test of time, and that's where the pillar name I was dreaming of in those days of wanting to go do something on my own. I had no idea what I was going to do. It was just something one of these things that I wanted to be in business for myself someday. And I just thought, well, that would be a cool name.
So the pillar name actually came about 25 years ago.
Before Pillar ever started.
Before Pillar ever started, before even maybe the possibility.
Yeah, like it was, this year was 20 years for us. July 1st was 20 years. So I would say probably almost 5 years before that is when.
What a great example of how the spark of an idea can be something that it's okay to dream about, it's okay to have, it's good to have, and it can turn into what we have here today. That's pretty neat. Yeah. That's a good story.
It is. Well, I thought they were cool. So that's a part. And then when I walked up to them and I seen the fossils, check that out. And if you look careful, they're loaded with fossils.
Yeah.
And this comes from almost the geographical center of the United States. As far from the ocean as you can get.
And there's all kinds of evidence of ocean something going on.
And we know each other enough that you know what my faith is. And I'm like, man, there's some pretty good evidence. There must have been a flood or something here at some point.
Like a worldwide flood could have happened here.
But anyways, after I saw that, they were just asked this farmer, where do I get a couple of those? He says, I have a whole pile of them. They cost me $20 a piece.
Nice. That is so cool. So next time you're out and about and see something that's interesting, who knows? It might turn into a business.
Somebody wants to see a demo how the pillar works in their ground. Perfect way to do it. We pull it down the road with the truck. We pull it in the field with the truck. Have a couple of seed and fertilizer boxes so we can actually put seed and fertilizer down with it. So it gives you're not second guessing when you're looking at buying a drill and your neighbor might not have one. But we'll come out into your field, into your conditions, show us the ugliest parts of your farm, and we'll prove that we can seed or not.
Yeah.
I'd rather not sell you one if it doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
So the standard, that's a Carl. You'll see that on other drills. If you're in a sandy loam, does great. Doesn't need a mud scraper, has so much flex to it. Does a nice job in light soils. The DH was the first wheel that we developed. When you squish soil, it needs somewhere to go. So it zips, kind of does the zipper effect. Mm-hmm. And does a nice job of closing. And then this is the latest one we've done. We call it the RS wheel, raised shoulder. This rib is designed to run 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch on the outside, just to pull that shoulder down and squeeze it shut. And get that sharp point so it has really high pressure. A small contact point so it pulls the soil down nicely. And then this area is where the seed will be getting packed, and then it rounds off.
What if the farmer doesn't like a Ram truck?
Well, then we're on the same page.
That was a good one. Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to be a Dodge fan here right now, but like I told you before, I can go off on a Ram pretty quick.
Have you had issues?
I have 2 of them. I have a 1-ton. Drives like a dream. I'm on the 4th steering box on this one. Just got 200K on it.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I've got all brands. Someday we're going to do a video comparing them all, because I've got a Chevy heavy duty, a Ford heavy duty, and a Ram heavy duty. And I've got opinions. We've had some issues with some of them. By and large, they're all pretty good.
Let's not get into this Ford Chev thing because...
Yeah. Hey, comment below. Which one do you like?
Interesting here.
So you're keeping your service parts here?
Yeah, so what we do, when we're doing an assembly, we have a person that will come and pick the hardware off of a bill of material. Me or one of the other guys comes in on the weekends, farmer needs a part.
Oh, yeah.
After hours
you need
or whatever.
How to get it to him.
Yeah, and I live in town here, so I can come in and look, okay, it's in this location, go over and grab it. Mm-hmm. I'm not searching.
What do we have here? And this is a different color.
Yeah, so there's been a little bit of rebranding going on the last couple of years. You'd see the cart had orange. We've always been silver and black, and wise person told us a few years ago that we needed something to make our equipment pop a little bit more. we got the new logo. So that new logo, if you look at the logo, that's our seedbed profile.
Yeah,
And
I
so-
did notice that.
Okay, cool.
I do feel like I've got something up here, and I'm pretty proud of myself.
So
For noticing
that's where the logo came from, and it just flat out looks pretty good. So they thought I was going nuts when I said, okay, well then if you want me to change some colors, then let's switch the gray to orange on the Harrow, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'd agree.
As you can see, I have a jack on that end where a lot of the Harrows have negative hitch weight when they're sitting in transport. Our wheels mounted on the center frame, so right now you can see our wheels are back.
Mm-hmm.
When you open this thing up and go to the field, the wheels come out and they're in the front. So in the field, we're shifting that weight onto the Harrows where we want it. But in transport, I want some on the hitch. So we achieve both. This Harrow, unlike a parallel link is staying parallel to what? The hitch, whatever it's mounted to. And so when you're going over a hill, your Harrow sections are still staying parallel to that hitch.
Which is way over there.
Yeah, and so you're going to start to dump straw. If you're going through a dip, it's going to start to dig. The pillar is designed to stay parallel to the terrain. So you roll this thing back, put it in the field just like any other Harrow, lay it down, then you bring it back until that arrow lines up with the little notch, and then you know that your sections are running level. And it doesn't matter where your tying angle is, as long as you keep that lined up, it's running level to the ground, parallel to the ground. I don't think we had a guy that used this Harrow that didn't love it.
Well, thanks so much, Dick, for having us.
Yeah, no problem.
We really appreciate the time, and want to say a big shout out to what you and the company is doing, everyone on the team, for helping farmers keep on farming, and for doing it for a lot less. If you heard throughout the video here, there was a theme of lower maintenance costs, performance in the field, making sure that those farmers can do what they need to do in one pass and over a lot of acres. So keep up the good work. Nice job.
Okay. Yeah, no, appreciate it. It was a good visit. Glad you took the time to make a little detour in your travels, and look forward to doing some stuff together, hopefully.
Yeah. So if you need anything, or if you're interested in Pillar, where can we find out more?
On our website, RedE.Ag, call us 242-4955.
Okay.
It's area code 306. Doesn't matter where you are.
And who knows, maybe RedE will be involved in Pillar, helping keeping these running in the States. This has been a real treat to see what's going on. There's a lot of great resources out there, such as YouTube and social media, and I'm sure those will continue as we progress. Thanks so much for watching, guys. God bless. We'll see you next time. Make sure you like and subscribe to keep up on all the fresh content posted weekly, which includes helpful tips and tricks, new products, and various adventures. Also, make sure you check out RedE's website to shop our performance air seeder solutions.